What is going on, guys? Ultimate Deadpool here, finally back with another Lego video. So if you guys like the intro of this video, let me know if you guys liked it in the comments. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into things. Alright, so before we get started, I want to go ahead and get the replicas, or repeats, off the list. I got like 4 Deadpool characters, so... and believe it or not, I got all of these at my local comic book store. Called Madness Games and Comics in Plano, Texas. So if you guys live around there, they have them up there. All of these guys are about $6 in the little bags that they come in, because they are knockoffs. These are actually really good quality knockoffs. I was surprised of how easy they were to put together, and how almost exactly like Lego their joints are to move. You know, their clutch power and everything else in between. It's all really, really good quality stuff, which I'm surprised, because usually these cheap-ass knockoffs are exactly that. They're cheap-ass knockoffs. Like, I could stand like this, and while yes, the torso does come off, the legs did not, and it's just usually just really cheap crap. I mean, I don't have an example near me right now, but I guarantee you I have a lot of cheap crap Lego minifigures that are cheap knockoffs. So, anyway, we got Blue Deadpool here, or I think his comic book name is Fool Killer, or something like that, in the newer comics. This is the newer comics Deadpool suit. Anyway, all the Deadpools came with the same dog, so this is the only time I'm going to show you guys the dog. Really good detail work on the dog, actually. And same thing as all the minifigures that you're about to see. They do have relatively good clutch power. The dogs not so much, because they're just... Whoop! Crap, I dropped it. The dogs are just simply molded to where they can stand, but they can also be knocked over really easily, versus the minifigure. Okay, fair enough. That's not a good comparison. Oh, and also, if you hear a whole bunch of noise in the background, it's like 115 degrees in Texas, no joke. And it's freaking hot, man. So, all the Deadpools come with the same weapons. So they come with these type of guns. I don't remember exactly what they're called. And then 2 black swords and a swords pack. The detail work on these minifigs are really good. I really do like the reflective detailing that they add on both the front and back. And then even some of the leg printing looks really good. I'm surprised that they were able to get this level of detail on these cheap minifigs, because a lot of times the cheap minifigures like these, they do have detail, but they always lack in certain areas. And, you know, yeah, the great detailing work makes up for some of that, but it's just with the cheap plastics and stuff that they use, they're never good. This is actually surprisingly well. I mean, hell, even the arm printing, the blue for the arm, or the lines right here, if you look very, very closely, you can actually see some muscle printing right there as well. So again, really, really nice detail work. So expect to see Blue Deadpool in at least one video, and let's move on. Alright, next up we've got Gray Deadpool. Now this is supposed to be the Deadpool suit from Deadpool 2, the very ending, spoiler alert, where Deadpool technically dies for a brief period, until Cable goes back in time to save him, and he brings him back to life. So again, really good detailing work on the arms. Torso printing, I like the reflective looks that they gave it. Leg printing is really good. Face printing looks exactly like the movie. Back printing is the same way. I'm not going to take the sword sheaths off and whatnot, because it's too much of a pain in the ass, and I just don't really care right now. So, and he even has toe printing. I forgot to say that with the Blue Deadpool. He also has toe printing. But again, I can't get over the quality of how good these things are. I mean, the arms move perfectly. You know, they may be a little stiff, but I would rather have a little stiff than like free moving joints to where I could go like this and the arms would be swinging non-stop, because of how cheap the minifigure is made. So, in all, really good quality. Really like this version of Deadpool. He'll probably go in my private collection of custom figures. Otherwise, I'll expect to see him at least once in a future video. This is easily, hands down, one of my favorite versions of Deadpool in custom Lego, knockoff Lego form. This is the modern day comic books Deadpool. And believe it or not, Deadpool is actually the #1 reason I have not been making a whole lot of Lego stop motions lately. Because I've been waiting to get a better version of Deadpool, and yes, I know I could just make one on the computer, but you guys don't understand. Some of you guys may not understand this. The leg printing that I put on those, it's still paper. Eventually, it wears down. Eventually, it peels up, and it sucks. So I was waiting to get an actual version of Deadpool like this that I can use for multiple videos and several stop motions and whatnot, and not have a care in the world because it's all printed on there on the actual plastic itself versus it being a sticker. So that's one of the reasons why my videos have not been including Lego stop motions lately. So now that I have an actual Deadpool that I can use for videos and use him for several videos, expect videos like that to come back in the near future. Just like the blue Deadpool, he's got basically the same arm printing and leg printing and back printing as well. His face is slightly different. He's got a black line in between his face. If you look really closely, that's just to show that he is angry. Obviously, if he shows up on camera, he'll have a traditional Deadpool looking mask. And that's pretty much it. So let's move on with this character and go on to the next one. Okay, now we've gotten to a Deadpool that I'm not going to say is bad. I just wish that they had done something slightly different with it. So in terms of detail, this thing is cool. I really do like the darker red for this. It's obviously telling you that it's the movie Deadpool. And then he's got an expression on his face like, oh wow, this is so cool, like starry-eyed. But then they also gave him a double-sided face for some reason where he's all happy and cheerful. And I wish that they had done 2 separate heads. Especially when we get into later characters that you'll see in this video where they do give them separate heads. Also, you can see he's got yellow straps. And that is because, if you take off his swords, he is wearing a Pikachu backpack, which I think is really fun. There was a lot of marketing for Deadpool 2 with Deadpool and Pikachu, because around that same time, Detective Pikachu was coming out and Ryan Reynolds was obviously starring in it. Pikachu Deadpool also has basically the same printing as the gray Deadpool, because it's supposed to mimic the movie suit. And yeah, I mean, aside from that one little nitpick with the double-sided face on the bald head, other than that, this Deadpool is really cool. I wish that they had done 2 separate heads for this version of Deadpool. Otherwise, it's a 10 out of 10. This version of Deadpool will appear in at least one video. I'm going to do my best to hide his second face or his other faces. So if he changes his expression mid-video, I'm going to try to not show the back of his head. So if I mess up, you guys know I forgot about it. Alright, let's take a break from Marvel for just a few minutes. And let's go ahead and jump into the Star Wars. So this is obviously Jango Fett. Now, I've never had Jango Fett before. I do have Boba Fett and the Mandalorian. So those are fun. But obviously, this Jango Fett's a little bit different. For one, he has the actual correct molded pistols. Lego, if you're watching this, frickin' make Boba Fett's pistols already. Good lord. You've had like 3 or 4 incarnations of Jango Fett. Time to give him his actual pistols. Although the Lego ones that you did in the early 2000s were awesome, but that's beside the point. He does have a... obviously his antenna pieces are removable for his helmet. His helmet is also custom molded. So if you take that off, it's just a plain black head underneath the helmet like they used to back in the early 2000s. His armor is made up of 2 different pieces. So if you take the head off and then, take off the armor, you can take the jetpack off separately, which I think is a really nice feature. Underneath it, you've got some basic folds and like a shirt. He's got like almost like a Batman style Lego Batman movie belt in brown. Obviously, it's not Batman belt, but it's basically the same mold. Really nice silver detail work on his legs and feet. as well as his arms. I think that's a really good thing. I always love it when these cheap knockoffs go and put details like this on the arms. It makes the figure so much worth it, just in terms of how thought out their stuff is and how they're willing to put crap like that on the minifigure. So that's just a little, tickle me pink type thing for me, at least, because I do like when companies actually take the time to make their crap look good. And again, Lego, if you're watching this video, make an armor mold similar to this one. I mean, it's called armor, not a flat surface. It's armor. So, anyway, just a slight pet peeve. Jango Fett will appear in at least one video. He is going to go in my Star Wars collection, even though he is a custom knockoff minifigure. But so are like half of my Darth Vaders. And like one or two of my droids. So, you know what? It's nothing new. Okay, I know I'm going to piss a lot of people off with this next guy. I know who he is. But I can honestly say I have never played Jedi Fallen Order. Yes, I know you can yell at me in the comments already. It's on my list of things to do. It's on my list of games to play. But this is obviously Cal Kestis, the main character of said video game. My brother has played it, oddly enough. I just have not had time to do it. But I've watched him play it, and it actually does look pretty fun. I'll give it that. But my number one Star Wars game will always be Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga and The Force Unleashed. Cal also does come with his little robot droid, which I think is a really cool mold. I could be wrong. I don't think Lego has actually made a mold of this particular droid yet. I could be wrong, though, so you can feel free to correct me in the comments down below. Cal does come with his blue lightsaber. Really nice detail on his arms. The only thing I will say is on this side, I do know that he's wearing like a short sleeve shirt or something underneath it, or that's supposed to mimic skin, and obviously the colors don't really match up all that well, but I mean, if I'm not mistaken, it is supposed to be a sleeve, so I don't really remember. I have never played Jedi Fallen Order or anything like that, but I believe he does have an alternative facial expression. Oh, nope, he does not. Okay. So, other than that, I mean, Cal Kestis looks like Cal Kestis for the most part. I mean, I wish his face was a little bit better. But, I mean, what are you going to do? His torso matches that of Cal from the video game, as well as his legs and his back. I do wish there was a way to put the robot on the back of his shoulder like it is in the video game. But, I mean, that's asking too much. So, Cal is also going to go in my private Star Wars Lego collection that's off to the side this way. I will show you guys and do an entire video on that when I actually do have a complete stand collection. It'll make sense when that video comes out. So, anyway, Cal Kestis. Okay, segueing back into Marvel with Thor. From Thor, Love and Thunder. One of the weirdest Marvel movies I think Marvel has ever made. I personally found it to be fun. I know there's a lot of people who hate Thor, Love and Thunder. I thought it was okay. Definitely not the best Thor movie ever made, but definitely not the worst Thor movie ever made. I'm looking at you, Dark World. But that was just my opinion. Obviously, everybody's opinion is going to differ. And believe it or not, I did not get this for Thor. I got this for Stormbreaker, believe it or not. I always liked Stormbreaker better than Mjolnir anyway. So that's one of the reasons why I even picked up Thor. They also had Jane Foster as Thor as well, but I decided against that. I will say, though, this minifigure is actually done really, really well. To the point where it has side printing on the torso, side printing on the legs, a custom molded head that's dual molded, a really good looking double-sided face. Like, this is honestly something that looks like something Lego would make in terms of the face. Obviously a custom dual molded or a custom made Stormbreaker, and if you look really closely, they actually bothered to print over the silver to make it look like it's Groot holding the axe together. And then if you take Thor's cape off, it's got the really nice reflective gold and silver printing that wraps all along the side, including to the back of the legs. I have never, very rarely do you ever see custom knockoff minifigures like this with printing that wraps around all the legs except for obviously the inside portions. But this is awesome. These things are so cool. I cannot believe Lego has not started doing this yet. When so many knockoffs do this. But these are like the high-end luxury, almost like $20 knockoff figures. Which is sad to say that that's high-end. But these are the ones that freaking have their printing go wrapping all the way around it. And it's good quality printing. Like you could easily mistake this for Lego. The printing on it is so well done. And it looks official as all get out. So, and then obviously Thor's got his special molded cape. And then he's got two different expressions. He's got a, slightly angry expression. And then he's got a little happy, jokey face expression. But to make things easier for myself, I went ahead and kept it with a sterner look. And then gave him his ugly ass looking helmet to go on top of it. So, I'm going to give Thor a solid 10 out of 10. This figure is awesome. I am so happy. I really do like the way that the printing wraps around the entire body like that. There are two other minifigures I've got that do that. But unfortunately, that's only 2 out of the 8 that I've shown so far. Or almost 8 that I've shown so far. So, without further ado, let's keep going. Okay, now we can all agree on this. Gore the God Butcher was easily the best part of Thor Love and Thunder. Mostly because it was Christian Bale. So this is obviously Gore the God Butcher. He has a custom molded sword that looks exactly like the sword that he had in Thor Love and Thunder. His face printing very much resembles Gore the God Butcher. His arms even have printing. I didn't even notice that until just now. And then just like Thor, he's got, and Jango Fett, he's got a custom molded piece for his shoulders to act as his robes that he has. And then just like Thor, he has printing that wraps around his entire freaking body. I'm so happy that this particular company did this because it just makes a world of difference. If you ask me, I cannot wait for Lego to start trying to do something like this. Because while you do get printing on the front and side, they don't do printing on the back of the legs, and I wish they would hurry up and start doing that because it does make a world of difference. And they are hopefully going to start doing printing on the sides of the torsos and groin pieces as well, because to me that does make a world of difference, and it easily makes to me it makes the figure just look cleaner and look more professional, which is saying something considering that these are cheap ass knockoff Lego minifigures that are based off real minifigures that they've made, just drastically better in terms of detail work. Because in a weird effed up way, this actually does kind of look like Christian Bale. Or is it just me? Does that not look like a little bit like, very seriously, much like Christian Bale? Anyway, let's move on. Alright, now we are at Mysterio from Spider-Man No Way Home. And Far From Home, because there was a deleted scene or concept scene where Mysterio was supposed to fight Doctor Strange at the Statue of Liberty. So this is actually one of the more intricate knockoff minifigures that you can get at that place. He's got a ton of really cool features. For one, this I'm assuming custom molded magic stand thing. I have him standing on it, but you actually are supposed to take his torso off and then have it kind of replace his legs. Even though I don't see how that works, because, well, hang on. I may have had it right the first time. I guess I did. Okay, so yeah, it's supposed to go like this. But that's custom. As far as I know, this is custom molded. Let me better focus it here. Obviously, I think it's Fishbowl. I don't think it's Fishbowl is custom molded. I'm pretty sure this is an actual piece that Lego recreated. He's got a translucent blue head, a face to go with it, and I'm pretty sure he also came with a hair piece to go with it. If not, then they just have a bald Mysterio. This piece that his fishbowl goes on, I'm pretty sure this is not an actual Lego piece right here. And then just like Gore and Thor, or Gore and Jango Fett, they do have two separate pieces for their capes. And even his cape has the printing for his little clamps and whatever that hold on it. His arms have really good printing. His back's got really good printing. All of which is really reflective. And then you've got really nice front torso printing, leg printing, and feet printing. I only wish that they had done the thing that Gore and Thor did. I wish that they had wrapped the detailing all around the body like they did for the other ones. But who knows, this may have been a different company that made this particular figure. And then as far as I know, these magic pieces are also fake, or are also, you know, different molds for this particular character. So, Mysterio will show up in a future video. Just don't know exactly when or what yet, but he will show up in at least one video. Alright, now we've got probably one of my favorite minifigures so far, Norman Osborn from Spider-Man No Way Home. He's got a purple hood. Well, it looks pink on camera, but I promise you it's actually slightly purple. He's probably the weaker clutch powers of everybody else. A custom molded glider that looks very, very accurate to the Sam Raimi glider, which I respect. Nice detailing all around. His printing actually does wrap around his body, which I think is really cool. And he's got a pumpkin bomb that matches that of the first Spider-Man movie. And then he also came with a hairpiece. Same one as Cal Kestis. And if you take off his head, or hood, provided it, actually, there it goes. He comes with the sunglasses look that he wore very briefly at the end of the movie where he was fighting Peter with the Statue of Liberty. So, yes, one of my favorite knockoff minifigures of Green Goblin. He will show up in a future video and obviously will look super cool in my private collection of stuff. But Norman Osborn, easily 10 out of 10. My only slight wish is that they had made the clutch power of the body a little bit better. But other than that, I mean, beautiful, beautiful figure. The legs move just right, the arms move just right, the hands move okay, the head moves okay. You know, everything else is great except for the clutch power on the legs and head, obviously. So, that's pretty much it. If you guys want any of these characters, I wish I could tell you where I got them from aside from Madness Games and Comics. I wish I could tell you where they got them from. And I could be able to put in links in the description. But that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I will see you guys all next time in Ultimate Deadpool. Peace out. You guys are awesome. I'll catch you guys all later. Bye. Okay, sorry for the screwy edits just a few seconds ago. So next up, we've got Chatel Shad from, I believe, Star Wars Legends. I don't know too much about this character. All I know is that she has a blue double-sided lightsaber, and she's a female Jedi. That's pretty much it. She's got a little bit lesser quality to her than the other previous figures. but the detail work on her torso matches that of the official Legos minifigure version of her. Almost exactly, which I think is kind of cool. They even got the same green shade of green down. She does have only one face print, so there's no sense in taking her head off and showing you guys right now. So let's move on. Alright, now we've got an Inquisitor. Now, I don't know the name of this particular Inquisitor. She's got a female face for the head print, but I don't know exactly what particular name this one is. I want to say it's like the second or third sister or something like that. Really good molding all around. I love the helmet mold that they gave this unofficial character. And then even the cape, I think is really cool because it's got a solid flat back, which you really don't see Lego or any knockoff company really tackle when they do capes or armor or stuff like that. They don't usually have a straight, solid, flat piece. And then obviously the lightsaber is recreated from Lego exactly. So let me know what you guys. Let me know what this character's name is in the comments, and let's move on. Next up, we've got Moth Gideon, or at least I believe that's what his name was in the show. To be fair, I only watched a few episodes of The Mandalorian, and then I haven't really watched it lately since, or in quite a long time. All I know is he's played by Giancarlo Esposito, which I always thought was a very fun name to say. He comes with a very special mold for the Darksaber. I wish the Darksaber was translucent black, but if you look really closely, you can kind of see the detailings for the cracks on the blade. This dude's got the same cape mold as one of my Darth Vaders that I use from time to time. Mostly because it's made by the same company. But, yeah, Moff Gideon, or whatever the hell this guy's name is. Okay, next up we've got a Stormtrooper. Now, he comes with a really cool looking blaster thing. This thing splits into three pieces. There's the black piece right up front here, the blue translucent shield looking thing in the middle, and then obviously the fire bazooka looking thing behind it as well. As the exception of the horrible printing on the Stormtrooper mold for the helmet, the rest of it actually looks really good. The face looks really, really good. The armor printing looks really good, and the armor itself actually does look really good. I do wish they had given it some printing on the back of the armor, but if you take off the armor, they do also have printing on the back, arms, and front and legs. Unfortunately, it does not wrap around like some of the other stuff. Typically, it's only the Marvel characters that do that, from what I can see so far. Or at least this company that makes these Star Wars characters, they do not wrap the printing around the entire body like they should. So, Stormtrooper. Okay, now next up we have Cal Kestis as an Inquisitor. Now, again, I've never played Jedi Fallen Order, and I did try to do something at the beginning of the intro for this video, which never got made, so I apologize for that. But I did figure out how companies can start doing the robot on his back. It is actually pretty easy. You literally just need a backpack piece, a 1x2, and a piece that's got, or a 1x1 high that has a stud on one on either side, or one on just one side. And that's it. It gives it the effect that he's literally standing on the little dude on the guy's shoulder. So, yay! Now that's a little trade secret that you guys know, so feel free to use it as you please with your custom Cal Kestises and whatever and so forth. Now, actual armor for Cal, or Inquisitor Cal, I really do like. I really do like the simplicity of it. And then even the printing on his torso, legs, and back look really good, as well as his arms. The only thing I'm a little bit mixed on is his double-edged lightsaber. Now, I know that all the Inquisitors usually have double-edged lightsabers, but I don't remember Cal's being a standard Inquisitor lightsaber. I'm pretty sure it was just his lightsaber, only red, because that's how you unlocked a red lightsaber crystal. I do know that because it ticked my brother off because he was wanting to be a Sith Lord, and could not because, you know, he didn't have the red crystal. So Cal has the exact same face as his Jedi counterpart, exact same droid as his human counterpart or Jedi counterpart, whatever the hell you want to call it. The Inquisitor version of Cal will show up in at least a video, probably as a nightmare sequence, just like it did in the game. To the best of my knowledge, again, I don't remember the game because I never really played the game. And let's keep moving on to actual Marvel characters that people probably want to see. Okie dokie. Now, I'm going to level with you guys for a second. I am not the biggest fan of this particular minifigure right now. This is gotten from a different same store, just different company. But it is a completely different quality. The actual quality for the figure is the same, but detail work is not there. For one, obviously the eyes look a little weird. But really nice printing for the silver and the gold on front. This is after the Mark 47 armor. It's the one for Spider-Man Homecoming. The silver, gold, and red one. So he has no arm printing, hardly any leg printing, and no back printing whatsoever. Missed opportunity here. Now, I know all companies are different and whatnot, and they're going to do things differently. I will say, though, the number one thing I do like about this character is his helmet. Lego, you guys need to hurry up and start doing this. They have to where the helmet is an actual helmet with a chin bar, and then the gold piece is what folds up and down, just like in the movies, versus what they've been doing where the entire front half of the thing folds up and there is no chin guard right there. So this company did fix that, so I do like that. Other than that, the rest of this character is not as great as the official Lego counterpart. But this Iron Man will show up in the background in at least one video in an Iron Man, bunker or whatever. So expect to see at least him once, but that's about it. And now we've got on to the next character, who I would love to show you, but he is invisible, and that is because he is Drax, the Destroyer from Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes, I did do the stupid Drax invisible joke. I thought it was too funny to pass up. So this is actually my first Drax, believe it or not, which is sad because he's played by Dave Bautista, one of my favorite actors and sometimes favorite wrestler. But anyway, Drax comes with a jetpack. I did borrow his jetpack pieces to make the backpack for Cal Kestis' robot or droid or whatever you want to call it. He comes with his signature blades. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is a full-on replica of the official Legos design. So you have like the moaning skulls and stuff and crap all over his shoulders, face, and torso. His back is crazy. Then he's got pretty good printing on his legs as well. Drax is probably going to show up in at least a video, again as a background character. A lot of these characters are going to show up in at least one video for a background role or background screen, just to be like, oh, I see him, oh, I see them, oh, I see that. Stuff like that. So expect Drax to show up in at least a video. He may not really do anything except do the stupid invisible joke on screen. But anyway, Drax, not a bad figure. Definitely not the best one, but you know what? His joints are a little bit stiffer than others, especially his head. But otherwise, not too terrible. I mean, it looks official, so you know what? It counts for my book. Alright, sticking with Guardians of the Galaxy, Mr. Mary Poppins himself, Yondu. Now, again, I've never really seen the official Legos Yondu, but I'm assuming it looks exactly like this. I'm glad that they got the blue right. I'm glad that they got his fin correct. And I'm also really glad that they gave him the reflective printing for his silver and gold pieces on his front and back. Really nice detail work. Again, unfortunately, that they don't wrap around the entire body like I wish they had done. But you know what? This is supposed to recreate the official Legos Yondu, so I'm assuming. So, not too bad. Yondu will show up in at least a video. He'll probably show up in the Emperor Homelander saga, or whatever the hell I'm going to do with that whenever I do finally do that. So anyway, yay, Mary Poppins. Okay, second to last is Doctor Strange. Now, I'm not entirely sure which version of Doctor Strange this is supposed to be. I'm assuming it's supposed to be the one from the first movie, or up until Infinity War or Endgame, because he does not have the new print of the Doctor Strange suit that was in Multiverse of Madness. I will say this Doctor Strange is actually really, really good, and will probably end up replacing my official not official, but my other knockoff of Doctor Strange I have. Mostly because it's just so much better quality, and this looks way better than this. And yeah, the clutch power on this thing is a complete joke, versus this, this is actually really good. So he's going to be the official new Doctor Strange. So if Strange shows up anywhere, this is going to be the #1 guy. His cape may change from time to time, but that's about it. Mostly because he can't really do much with his arms with the plastic cape. But this is also Doctor Strange where the detail goes all the way around the body. So let's go ahead and take his cape off without screwing up his face. Because, oh, goddamn, that's stuck. Okay, there it goes. This is one of those minifigures where the detail does go all the way around, and I do like that they did that. And even his cape's got the little silver buttons on it, which now I think it's cool, because I love that they did this, because now I can use translucent minifigures to have the cloak of levitation actually float when it's not on Doctor Strange. The face looks very resemblance to Benedict Cumberbatch, as it should be. Oh wow, I didn't even know that. I didn't even realize that his legs are printed on black, or his legs are black. They printed blue over the black. You can't really see it all that well, but I thought his legs were blue. But if you look on the inside of his legs, they are black. I thought it was either dual molded, or just really, 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 really good detail work. Nope, they are printed on black legs. That's pretty good. So, obviously, I like this version of Doctor Strange. He will show up in future videos. Several future videos, I'm sure. And he also came with, the same mystical piece that Mysterio came with as well. And for the last minifigure of the day, we have Yellow Deadpool, or if I'm not mistaken, it's Slapstick, or something along those lines for the Mercs with Money, or whatever. He's got pretty much the exact same detailing work and printing as the blue Deadpool, as well as the red Deadpool. The only difference is his face, and obviously the color of plastic that was used for his body. This version of Deadpool does have a little bit of a different arm printing, only slightly different. He's got the same generic back printing as the red Deadpool and blue Deadpool, because it's mimicking the new comic book look suit. And for some reason, he also comes with a dog. All the Deadpools in this video have come with a dog. I don't know why. I don't understand why they did that. Yellow Deadpool will show up as a suit in a background video, or in the background of a future video. So, anyway, that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and get every single minifigure that I have reviewed today on screen, and we'll close this video out the right way. And there you have it, guys. A whole bunch of freaking minifigures that cost next to nothing, all of which were purchased at the exact same comic book store. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so sorry I could not do the intro right. I legitimately did try to make it work, and unfortunately nothing that I tried did work, so I just ended up with not doing an intro for this video, aside from what you guys have already seen. So, thank you guys again. Sorry for messing with you around the halfway point, and I will catch you guys all next time on Ultimate Deadpool. Peace out. You guys are awesome. I'll catch you guys all later. Bye.